Hey everyone, this is TV Shores. This is a video that I have been wanting to get to before now, but I have had laryngitis and have not been able to get it done. So I'm going to try to do it now because it seems like I've got my voice back some. I'm probably not going to be able to elaborate on it as much as I had planned because of my voice, but I will do the best that I can, okay? It is April the 25th. Excuse me. 2019. It's 11:21 p.m. Okay, the thing that I want to point out to you is some things the Lord has had me focused on. Let me pop over here right quick. As you can see here on the screen, I've done a search on scriptures that contain the phrase the eighth day. And here I have done one on the phrase the morrow. If you look in scripture, you'll find these two phrases repeated quite a few times, and God does not repeat things just to be repeating them. They hold significance in many cases. I wanted to go over some of these scriptures that I felt were significant, but I don't think my voice is going to hold out, so you can do the search on these yourself and probably come up with just as much as I could. And of course, it'll help you to grow in the Lord as you do so. Okay. I pointed out the Lord has had me focused on the eighth day and the phrase on the morrow. Now, I'm not sure of exactly what he's pointing to here, but I know that in the last couple of weeks or so, he's brought this to me several times. Okay, so let me pop over here so you can see in my notebook on April the 22nd. You can see right here. On April the 22nd, the Lord had me in this scripture. And the things that were significant, of course, he had took me to the eighth day again. And now keep in mind, I sometimes just highlight things that stand out to me in my notebook. When I'm reading, I'll just jot down what stood out to me. Anyway, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. But the Lord had me focused on this verse right here. He kept bringing me back to this verse, and the thing that he kept pointing me to was where it says, "Ye shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days." And as you can see, I made note of exactly that in my notebook. Well, as the Lord continued to show me some things here, what he was saying, let's see, we need to pop over here too. Bear with me. To the Hebrew calendar. Now, as you can see, this is the April 2019, and it's Nissan 5779. If we pull up Passover, and we count 7 days, it began here and the eve here on the 19th. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That takes us to the 26th of April, which is Nissan 21. And the two things that the Lord had stand out to me on the morrow and the eighth day. This is the 7th day. We go to the 8th day. It comes to the 27th of April, which is Nissan the 22nd. Now, what the Lord seemed to be highlighting to me here was the different things that this day represents. You can see right here, it says Omar, day 7. Well, the Lord showed me a few weeks ago the significance of the counting of the Omer, and how it pertains to the harvest time of souls that is about to come. And I've not put that in a video yet. I'm not sure when we'll get to that or if we'll get to that. I'm just saying the Lord showed me it's significant. The counting of the Omer is significant in the harvest time. Okay. We're going to come back over here with what we learned on the calendar. Okay, the 14th was Passover. We add 7 days for the unleavened bread. Okay, which takes us to Nisan the 21st. And if we want to get to the 8th day, we add a day, which is on the morrow. It's like tomorrow, means the same thing as tomorrow, which takes us to Nisan 22nd. Well, when the Lord got me to Nisan 22nd, there was some things that stood out. One, of course, obviously, we were looking for the 8th day. But the 8th day also is a 7th day, which is the counting of the Omer, or the Omer, however you say that. It's also a Sabbath. And it's also an on the morrow. So there's a lot of things that could connect to this day that the Lord had me focused on. And I was like, Lord, are you showing me there's something significant about this? So he prompted me to look up 4521 in the Strongs. And 4521, believe it or not, means 7 days or Sabbath. And here we have 7 days in Sabbath. So, and he, originally had me focused on this Passover, a feast of 7 days. So, it's no coincidence that 4521, the chapter and verse, actually means 7 days in Sabbath. So I believe that was a confirmation in itself that this day that he has drawn my attention to on the calendar, April the 27th, which is Nisan the 22nd, holds some significance. Now, just what? I don't know. There are a lot of things that could be coming about on that day. I am not sure, but I know in the last few videos I pointed out about Nisan and the first fruits. So is this connected to the first fruits and the time that they will be taken? I'm not sure. I don't know. It could be. I'm not sure. But I am sure that the Lord is pointing to that for some reason. And here's just some further notes on 7, as we see it being 7, the count of the Omer, is God's number for completion. 8th day, of course, is about the circumcision, which we know is the removal of the flesh. Okay, that's important to understand, I do believe. And I think I'm going to cut this off right here, because to try to get into anything further with this, I'm afraid it's going to get me to coughing so bad you're not going to be able to understand me anyway. So just take this to the Lord. Ask Him what He would have us to understand about the days coming up, the 26th and the 27th in particular. I do know also in the other videos that we did point to, it spoke of Nisan. The Lord had pointed out Nisan and first fruits to me. And here I want to point out again that Nisan ends on May the 5th, which is May Day. The Lord gave me things about May Day. I guess it's been 3 years ago maybe. Something significant concerning May Day. And I also remember the Lord saying to me that in the night I was woke and I heard over by a period of May 22nd. And then here we see on the 19th, we see second Passover. So there's a lot of things on the calendar that should point us to a high watch time of events unfolding, if not actually the harvest time beginning, with the first fruits, the taking of the first fruits. I'm not going to elaborate any more than that. Those of you who understand what that means, I don't need to elaborate to you. But I'm going to cut this off here. I hope that you'll seek the Lord on this, and if He shares anything with you, the significance of this time frame or any of these time frames, that you would just share it. I love y'all. Bye-bye.